Hello debutantes, so it is Purge-atory day 4. I'm going to be working on these two cabinets right behind me. This one I actually did a while ago, so this is going to be a maintenance. If I remember, I will link that down below and show you what I did in here. I'll show you what it looks like now. It needs a little bit of help. And then this cabinet, oh my heck. This is my spice and baking and cooking, well actually this is baking, this is cooking cabinet, and it is just a mess. I do have some storage things in here, but they do not seem to be working very well, or it's operator error, who knows. So this is the cabinet that I'm going to work on first. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is obviously I'm going to take everything out and check expiration dates. January 6, 2013. I guess we'll be getting rid of that one since it's October 2014. I don't bake a whole lot because we have no self-control in this house. So I try not to bake too much. Oh my heck. Alright, I'm going to have to get the step stool. Okay, so I took everything out of the top shelf and I cleaned it. And what I'm using to clean with is just this Endust multi-surface dusting spray. I like the way it smells and it doesn't make my hands real gross and it kind of gets the job done. So I'm just wiping out everything with this. Obviously not the items in the cabinet, just the shelves. And I have found, let's see. Really? And you saw how many I have in my pantry. What do I have? 5 or 6 in my pantry? This must have been a really rockin' Goodwill coupon deal back in the day. Don't even want to look at those expiration dates. Okay, so now I'm just going to take everything out. I'm going to try to keep like savory things with savory things and sweet things with sweet things. That doesn't even look like it's an appealing color. It says till 2016. This is like a total housewife fail, I think. I opened this cabinet and I told my husband, well, I'm going to work on this cabinet today. He was like, oh, good luck. He doesn't even cook. He makes Kraft macaroni and cheese. That is his forte. His cooking skills are Kraft mac and cheese. Okay, well, let's see. I have a whole bunch of these Spice World Select spices. I made a dip mix last year for everyone. I mean, I made them for my chiropractor's office. I made lots and lots of them, and I don't really know if these are like super high quality for cooking, so I probably will get rid of some of these. Goodness gracious. Honey, have to have honey in the South because honey goes great on biscuits. It's my favorite breakfast food. I bought this Tamari gluten-free soy sauce when I was going to do the whole vegetarian forks over knives thing, and you can tell I've never even opened it. So if anyone has any good things to use this for, let me know in the comments. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm sure this is not something you want to watch the whole process. I am just going to go ahead and empty this out really quick. Okay, so that is now done. I'm out of breath from going up and down on the step stool. I think I need to exercise. So now I am going to go through all of this fabulous mess that is everywhere and see what is expired, what isn't expired, what I think I will use, what I may want to pass on to someone else. So this is probably going to take me a little bit, and I really don't want you all to know the expiration dates on some of my food. So I was going to try to reuse this little stepper organizer, but I don't like how if I want this back here, I have to move this in order to get to that. It just really wasn't it was clean, but it really wasn't any more efficient. So I am trying to come up with something else that I hope will work, and we shall see. Okay, so it is done, and I am so happy with how it came out. Actually, after I took everything out and cleaned it, it wouldn't have taken me as long to get it done if I didn't have to drive to 3 different dollar stores to get the little white organizers. I had one of these left over from the other cabinet that I was doing, from the drawers actually that I was doing, and I noticed that the spices fit in there perfectly. So I decided to return the long clear ones that I didn't use, and no Dollar Tree had these white ones, and these fit perfectly. They're just the right width and length for my cabinet. So it took me about an hour and a half in rush hour traffic to go and get all of the little organizers. Actually, once I got home, it took me less than 10 minutes to organize everything. So let's go through. Up top, I still have my cornstarch that I use for making gravies and thickeners and things. I did put the toothpicks there. Hopefully my husband can see them and not say, "Honey, where's the toothpicks?" Well, they're right there, big and bold. I put my salts up here, regular salt and the sea salt, and then those are my extra oil and Italian seasoning. I usually take the bigger Italian seasoning and fill up a smaller bottle because that one is just a pain to use while I'm cooking. Then, now I will probably label these little white things, but for right now, I'm tired, 7 o'clock, haven't slept in 3 days. This will have to do. So in this thing, I can just pull this out, just like this, of course with one hand and my left hand, it's a little tricky, and pull it out, and I can see everything that I have in here. And actually, since these are the spices that I use most often to cook with, that's like I can just grab the meat tenderizer, grab the seasoned salt, you know, no big deal, no problem. Then in here I have most of my bigger baking supplies, my vanilla spray, honey, you know, and I can slide that in and out. Then in this little tiny one are my more obscure things that I don't use as often in there, and then a few extra spices. Sorry about the light, guys. When I started filming earlier, the light was wonderful, and then my little adventure to Dollar Tree, the light is dying. I did save this Lazy Susan. I like how this works. I tried to put the bigger Lazy Susan that I bought at the thrift store, but it was too wide and the door wouldn't close, so I had to use this small one. I think there's a lot of like wasted space with this big lip, but then again, it does keep everything from, you know, flying out of the Lazy Susan as you spin it looking for what you want. So these are my oils, my Worcestershire sauce, vinegars, those types of things, and I can see them perfectly. Then we'll just go down here. This is most of my like spices for burgers and steaks and whatnot. Mrs. Dash and some like things I don't use very often, tarragon and dill and things like that. These are mostly again, cinnamon, mustard, Cajun stuff. These I don't use that often, but I do like to have them. Then I have all baking, my smaller bottles of extract, baking soda, my food coloring in this one. These are all salts and peppers, lemon pepper, black pepper, cracked pepper, whatever. And then this one is Italian seasoning mostly, and this one is extra Italian and poultry type seasonings, things I would use on chicken. And then in these two are my smaller kind of like baking spices, nutmeg and cloves and things like that. And I can just slide this right out so it doesn't bother me that they're stacked right one on top of the other. So this is my spice cabinet. So this is the next cabinet I'm going to be working on, and this one I did organize not too long ago, so I'm pretty much just going to straighten it up, wipe down anything that needs to be wiped down, and maybe look at some expiration dates. But this cabinet, things get used pretty frequently, except the baking stuff up top, but it looks like somebody was rifling through there looking for something. So I am just going to clean this up and I will show you how it looks. Okay, so this cabinet is cleaned out. It probably took me about 10 minutes just to go through, reorganize some things, look at some expiration dates, find a empty peanut butter jar shoved in the back over there. So let me just show you what I did. Pretty much everything is in the same spot. I have all my breadcrumbs in a row and then my panko crumbs above. I have my syrups, the one we're using in the front and the new one in the back. Then I have all my other syrupy type things, agave, molasses, dark and clear Caro syrup, and this little Mio would not fit up here with the drink, so it's sitting there. Then I just have the ketchup and the sriracha sauce back there, and I did use the other Lazy Susan that was in the other cabinet for all of our peanut butters and nut butters. And I don't know if you all have tried this powdered peanut butter. My mother bought this for us, and it's got 85% less fat and calories, and you basically mix 2 tablespoons of the dried peanut butter with water. And my husband really liked it, and he's like kind of a peanut butter snob. I pretty much eat Nutella and cookie butter. So those are all there, easy to get to, and then I can kind of push them in the back a little bit and get more room, because if you spin it, you can always just grab what you have. Then I have my big coffee. This is like the big canister that we fill the smaller canister next to the coffee pot with. I have filters, decaf coffee. That little yellow and white thing is our powdered creamer in emergencies if we run out of half and half. Then I have some Crystal Light drink mixes. The big ones are for pitchers, and then this middle one is some of my Arbonne energy stuff. I forget what they're called, essentials. And then behind there are the individual Crystal Light drink mixes, and then we have our hot chocolates in this one. And I was able to find some more of these little loaf pans at Goodwill for 29 cents, so I put them to use because it just looks nice and cohesive, and a whole lot cheaper than container store containers. So there we go. Then up here, same thing, decorating stuff for cupcakes, cakes, whatever, ice cream sprinkles, those are all up there. I have my cake decorating tips and my gel dyes in there. I used to bake the kids cakes all the time, not so much anymore. I have another loaf pan with popsicle sticks, you know, like the the little sticks for whatever you need a stick for. Lollipops, marshmallow pops, whatever. And then I have all of my cupcake liners in that container. So that is the finished cabinet, and really there wasn't a lot of purging on this cabinet, just reorganizing and make it look neat and tidy. So let me show you everything that I am getting rid of. This is everything that is going. I'm not sure if cocoa powder has an expiration date. Only one of them had an expiration date and it was expired, but the other two did not, so I just figured let's be on the safe side and just get rid of it. 2 of my sprays were out of date. This oil, the last time we used it, it tasted kind of off, so I'm just going to get rid of it. And most of these are mostly empty. I've had this egg dyeing kit for probably 5 years, so that's going. And I don't know who bought sugar-free hot chocolate, but I don't know, so that's going. And then it's just packaging and some expired stuff. This coffee we bought, ooh, it's gross. Chocolate glazed donut, didn't like that at all. So this is everything that we're purging, and now I got to take that out to the garbage. Well, everyone, I hope you enjoyed day 4 of Purge-atory, the 2 cabinets behind me that we cleaned out. I think I have 1 more kitchen cabinet to do, and then we should be out of the kitchen, maybe 2. I'm going to see about doing something under the sink, but there's really so little space. So I might do some measurements and see if I can get something to go in there to organize that, because that really drives me crazy too. So this one was exhausting because I didn't plan very well, and my poor husband worked all night long, so I had to be quiet on the times that I would normally film, and because I never buy any organizing tools usually beforehand, I had to run out during rush hour and buy some things to finish my videos. So hopefully I will get better at planning these things out. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please thumbs it up if you did, and as always, if you have not subscribed yet, please do. And please keep the comments coming. I love to hear what you all are doing in your homes, since I'm like a whirling dervish trying to get things done around here. So keep up the good work, debutantes, and we'll all be ready for the holidays. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.